Well, hello and welcome. I think everything works. Yep, sounds like it. Anyway, welcome back to day 3, last day of the week. Of the event, that is. If everything goes well, I might do another few days in next week and next after. But yeah, this is day 3, the experiment event to like just stream as much as possible realistically. I have barely any audio, but I guess that's because I'm in the menu. Strange. Anyway, So basically we have completed the main story already. As far as I know, I have missed the flagship event as well. This was only for a brief period. Oh, maybe that's it? I don't think so. But as far as I know, I did miss the flagship event of this version. So, what's gonna happen next is basically I do want to try stream more Genshin anyway, and I do still have plenty of these missions, as you can tell, open. Now, there's plenty of missions, for example, all of these, which are technically not complete anymore, so, like, I might be in the second... Usually I have 3 missions, right, and I might be in the second one, or I might be midway in the first one. I basically checked, and the first one that's not touched at all would be Neuvillette, so that's gonna be the intention for the day. Is to like just fully go through Neuvillette's quest, which I luckily thought I could skip, but oops. Am I going to have to? I did not realize it was locked. Okay, I'm gonna have to really think of what I'm gonna do today. So, I'll probably be back in like 50 minutes, probably. I suspect we'll probably switch to another mission instead, but I'm gonna have to rethink what we'll do today. So I'll be right back, and we're probably going to switch to something else. Well, that just happened. That was a little awkward. Turns out I did not, while scheduling things, I did not notice that this mission was locked. Yeah. Hopefully it won't happen with the rest, because basically the problem is, I have all of this unlocked, so they might end up not just unlocked, because I believe this nowadays you can like enable them, like unlock them and enable them. But back then you didn't have the feature, and I just kept on unlocking them and enabling them as well, which resulted in this mess. So hopefully, we're not gonna have any further incidents. But I would not be surprised if it happened, but I hope it won't. Anyway, we are going back to Fontaine content. Now, Fontaine wasn't covered by me, at least not on stream yet. I have played it basically as it released, but I did not did not cover it back then. And I believe, firstly, I'm not entirely sure if it had released alongside the main story updates. I guess we'll find out, because I'm pretty sure it would probably place us a bit in the in timeline again. So yeah, we are going back to the footage of Murphy, which are basically, if you didn't find the Fontaine story, which would be question why are you here, but I guess you might have to be joined for Netherlands. It is basically, if I remember correctly, there where everyone that has done bad things in Fontaine is just gonna go here instead. So yeah, basically this is the channel you don't really go back from here, or at least you don't want to generally. So I think
the fortress of Maripede would be super scary, but looking back on it, it really wasn't that bad at all.
yeah, that's what you kind of were able to tell in the actual like story, I guess, as well. And I believe you also ran on a bunch of people that I guess, if I remember correctly, because you do get sentences, like you don't stay indefinitely here, I think. If I remember correctly, that is. But once it's over, you can just decide to stay, and a lot of people just do that as far as I know.
You've got a set schedule, guaranteed food and board, and you can even buy all kinds of stuff with credit coupons. It's really no surprise that many people don't even want to leave.
And that, of course, as well. So basically, they've made their own civilization down here.
Definitely a pretty impressive leader.
And it's basically got everything under control, which is
kind of intimidating.
the important thing.
Pretty easy to talk to once you've had a conversation or two with him. Paimon wonders how he's like with the people here. Do they also get the same guy we do, or is he a lot harsher with the bad guys?
I mean, I guess it would depend. I mean, if you're really like generally bad, and even bad within the this area, then probably yes. But if you're chill to talk to and probably don't cause a lot of trouble, then maybe not.
Yeah, he must be doing something right to maintain order here, while not making everything feel super oppressive.
And I guess that's the important thing if you want people to cooperate, because if you didn't, then things would probably be difficult.
Could you please do me a favor?
Now that's someone we don't know.
Paimon could have sworn she just heard something.
Excuse me, is someone passing by? Could you do me a favor, please?
It sounds kind of muffled, so are they stuck somewhere, or like... Did they get thrown into this chest?
Paimon wasn't dreaming. There's someone over there for sure. But Paimon doesn't see anyone.
Okay, I don't think it's a chest.
Oh, did you hear my call? Thank you
Or
so
is it?
much. I'm over here.
Never mind, it is.
Big box.
You're inside the box? Oh, no wonder Paimon didn't see anything. Well, come on, traveler.
I wonder if that's something he did. That would be, that certainly would explain, answer some stuff.
Here anyway. If we hadn't happened to pass by, you could have been stuck for days.
It's a bit complicated. Can we not talk about that for now?
I guess that could make sense. You're hiding for that reason?
Whoa, that's terrible. Did someone seriously do that to you?
Also, how did we randomly find out her name?
No, it was nothing quite that serious. I'd just like some help finding my hat.
Just your hat? But then, why can't you look for it yourself?
Yeah, I would ask the same thing.
Wait, Paimon gets it! Something must have happened to your hair!
Oh, did I just shave it off for some reason?
Sorry. So that's what happened. Paimon gets it now. No wonder why you had to hide inside the box.
So, basically, for some reason, I guess the quite big question would not become
You just
true.
need your hat, right? We'll get it back to you right away. What kind of hat was it?
I think you may have misunderstood me, but never mind. Please just help me find my hat. It's a soft and brown hat with a bit of a brim. Nothing fancy. I think I probably lost it near the entrance elevator. It was getting a bit hot, so I took it off and had a quick nap. But when I came to, it was gone.
But then why hide?
It's really important to me, so your help would mean the world. I'll wait here for your return.
Don't worry, we'll be back in no time.
That's a little weird, because why would you jump into this box just by losing your hat?
I'm really sorry to bother you like this. Please, come back soon.
Well, okay. I mean, I do know that we're basically bound to run it. It is a star mission, so we're basically bound to run into. Well, that just happened. Didn't really expect that, but never mind.
Paimon doesn't see anything here. Well, let's go somewhere else.
I guess time to go back up. I mean, I guess we're about to find out, but why hide in the box? I mean, if I had to guess, it's gotta be Wriothesley related, so was he scared or something?
Race you! I'll protect us. La, 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 la.
Wait, I'm not supposed to be knocking, I'm supposed to be looking for it. Oh, lower. Okay, never mind. I did not notice it was meaning, telling me about here.
Just where is that thing? Oh, this is taking longer than Paimon thought.
There's not a chest here. Is anything... Nope, that just gives us a thingy.
Nothing in the water either. Paimon thought it might
What if
have
just
got
someone
blown
picked it
in.
up thinking it was lost and that's it?
Oh, we've looked everywhere and still not seen anything that looks like a hat.
No, I wouldn't just randomly buy him one.
That's a good idea. If he's just looking to cover his head, then it shouldn't matter what kind of hat he's wearing.
Although I guess no
Why
one.
don't we check out the rag and bone shop? If memory serves, they've got all kinds of stuff in there. You let Paimon pick out some other stuff too, right? If we're going to the shop anyway. Well, either way, let's go check it out first.
Okay, so, let's see. I guess we'll just go to their shop and, like, pick him up a new one. That's a little awkward, I feel, but, I mean, sure, whatever. And can I just stand... What happens if I just stay below? Okay, to be fair, I never tried it. Okay, so there we go. I just realized I wasn't supposed to be going up. Well, this happened. No, this has now happened 2 times. There you go. Were we here before? I don't think so, right? What are you? Actually, might have been here at some point.
Paimon doesn't remember you being the boss.
But it's, I mean, it's been like 1.5 years now.
I'm just standing in for Mr. Alvar while he's off restocking the shop.
Although, if you think about it, I wouldn't be surprised if they just
Now,
picked it
just
up.
wait a
Because
sec.
I guess
A
you could have
blonde
considered it to be a
dressed
lost
all in
item.
white, accompanied by a glaze-covered flying chunk of gingerbread. Oh, you must be the legendary traveler and their companion Paimon.
No. Well, you're half right. Paimon's the traveler's treasured companion, sure, but she's not some flying chunk of gingerbread.
If you think about it, he's... How do people label them? Well, I guess when talking about them, you kind of have this like, one person labels her different, and then the other one person labels her even more different.
Sorry, I never thought I'd get the chance to see you with my own eyes, so... got
So
ahead
I
of myself.
guess that's how things end. Like that's how things end up like this.
I hope you find it in your magnanimous hearts to forgive my discourtesy. I'm just a nobody, after all.
There's no need to put yourself down like that. Paimon's just dainty.
Why, your heroic actions at Erenius...
I guess you might be
frustrated
frustrated by getting constantly calling something else than what she actually is. But do we really know that? I don't think so.
We heard that you were personally received by His Grace when you made your way down here, you know. Ah, you were the envy of all. And you're one of His Grace's favorite people, so of course, everyone wants to be introduced to you.
Okay. I guess we first and quite unsatisfied with our bio-connections with Wriothesley, at least in here.
After all, I also only joined up here because I'd heard Mr. Alvar was a good friend of the Duke. And though I've only caught scant sight of His Grace since then, as fate would have it, I've become fast friends with Mr. Alvar himself. I mean, we've all got agendas, but rather than trying to force something to be true, it's often better to just go with the flow.
Okay.
Oh, so now you're trying to kiss up to us.
Well, I did mean it when I called you legends, and it is indeed an honor to meet the two of you.
I mean, I'm not quite sure about his vibe just yet, but to be
Oh,
fair, we
enough
are
of that. Is there something
quite
you're looking for?
popular, I guess, in Tevada now at this point. Yep, a man's
No
out, let's
problem.
see.
Anything else?
Nope, although I guess if you give Paimon enough chance to
Feel
look
free
at
check out
something,
anything you
then
want.
probably
The credit coupon costs.
should probably just pick up things.
Wait, but that's, you don't have to be so nice.
Yeah, how about we just properly pay for it? Or to be fair, I don't know if we even have some
Well, it's not
at
like
this point.
I'm getting paid to watch this shop. Instead of more coupons, Mr. Alvar usually lets me just take my pick of our goods. Life's been pretty good recently, so I might as well just waive your bill. Never hurts to make some friends.
Yeah, I guess if he puts it that way, then
Alright,
might
Paimon
as
will take a
well.
look.
After a moment's hesitation, Paimon manages to pick out things,
Are you sure
2
you
snacks.
don't want more? These opportunities don't come by every day, you know.
It's alright, 2 will do.
I never thought you'd turned down a chance of reload. That's actually fair.
It just doesn't feel the same if the owner's offering everything to you for free.
Makes sense.
But anyway, we don't need to get into that right now. We can discuss Paimanology later. That poor guy must still be waiting for us.
Paimanology. Okay, yeah, that's.
Thank you so
If you
much.
think about it,
Then.
I think the relationship between those two are probably going to become a lot more like the friendship where the people have been theorizing like what Paimon actually is.
No problem, and thank you for your patronage. I'd appreciate it if you could put in a nice word for our establishment the next time you speak to His Grace.
I wouldn't be too surprised if they just decided to like turn her into like something very evil.
That's a
In,
real
like,
sneaky way of getting good
I know
reviews.
9.0 or something, whatever.
We've been gone a while. Paimon hopes that guy in the box hasn't passed out from lack of air.
And give the hat back. So based on the name, I mean, I guess did it just find it and like basically started selling it? I guess. Well, to be fair, I guess I can't blame them. Oops. Didn't intend to jump into it this time around, but I clicked to go join back into the game anyway. Alright, let's see. Has he died yet? Probably not, hopefully not.
You can come out now. We found your hat.
You did? Oh, Archon, you just saved my life.
But I would still like to know, why are you in the chest in the first place?
Wait, so you're not actually bald? You've got such a full head of hair.
Okay, to be fair, he has said it. Yet you've probably misunderstood, but
I mean, I told you that there had been a misunderstanding. This has nothing to do with my hair. Wait, this isn't my hat.
oh, actually, I wonder if there was something supposed to be inside.
Well, we got you a new one. We tried really hard to look for your hat, but no dice.
Yeah, I wonder if there was something inside of there that, you know, obviously this isn't just a normal hat, so it's not gonna be inside of here.
See, thank you so much. I'm really grateful, but unfortunately, there's just something.
You can tell he's
special
very nervous,
about
so
my hat.
I mean, really, if I had to guess, then there's probably something in the hat
Does
now.
it have some kind of sentimental value?
No, I don't think that'll be it.
Sorry, I can't explain at the moment. Time's tight as well, so I suppose I'll keep looking for a while.
Is someone
If you're looking for a hat, I just picked one up over here. Is it yours?
I think we're gonna probably see, based on his reaction, if it's actually like a normal hat or if there's something hidden inside.
Your Grace!
Oh, hey, Wriothesley! It's been a while.
Okay, he was fairly neutral, I think. Not anxious of him picking it up, like not scared of it, but also not too extremely grateful.
It's a slow day today, so I decided to go for a little stroll. Even if your workspace isn't cramped, it's still good to get some air. I'll say, I'm not at all surprised to find the two of you here. You never could turn down someone's request for help.
Okay, there you go. It's actually a different hat. How did you not notice before Okay, never mind.
It's what good adventurers do, after all.
Is that so? Maybe I should consider asking the Adventurers Guild to open a branch here.
Would I be interested? I personally don't think so.
As I recall, these hats are very important to members of the Beret Society. Best you avoid misplacing it again, You might not have the same luck next time.
I see. So it is. So
Understood.
there's nothing inside. He's not
Thank
smuggling
you so
anything.
much.
Sounds
Your
like it's
Grace.
just sentimental value indeed.
Then I'll be off.
Unless
I'll get going now.
he's still behaving suspiciously. I don't think it's just a hat.
What a strange guy. Why did he care so much about
There's
his
gotta be
hat?
something related to the hat that matters
Oh,
more.
And has he done something wrong? When he saw you, it was as if he'd seen a ghost.
Okay, I didn't get that vibe personally, but I guess that kind of confirms that there's probably more to it.
Oh, not at all. In fact, members of the Beret Society are model prisoners. They work hard and never get into trouble. They've saved me a lot of work, in fact. As for him, I'd guess he's just more of an introvert. It's not unusual for the more shy prisoners to freak out when I show up unannounced.
Huh? Shy? There are prisoners who are afraid to talk to people?
Makes sense. Not everyone's like
Prisoners are
extrovert, you
still
know.
people, after all. There are as many crimes and motives as there are stars in the sky. The idea of the criminal as a selfish, heartless brute is just a stereotype. Such labels could never capture the complexity of even a single individual person. What kind of a person a prisoner may be and why they've committed a crime, we'd never know these things if they don't share their story with us.
Okay, that's fair. So basically,
You've got a point. Anyway, it's all good as long as it makes sense to you.
okay, I guess we're about to find out what this bird society is. I'm guessing it's. We haven't really had the term before, so I don't think it's really something that's generally inside of here, I guess. Sorry, outside of here. Maybe it's just something that exists inside of here.
Although most of the societies here will just turn individual brawls into mass ones, the Beret Society does appear to be an exception, and it's instead trying to experiment with some novel and interesting things.
So I guess those societies are just basically
If you have
groups
some
within
time, why don't we
the
grab something at the coupon cafeteria?
fortress.
It'll give us time to catch up too.
Sounds like it.
And if you're still interested in the Berets after that, I can take you to their usual gathering place as well.
Okay.
Not the biggest fan of that cafeteria, but if we're gonna catch up,
I mean, I guess it depends, right? If I remember correctly, they had
Alright
good
then,
food as
please
well,
follow me.
right? Not just bad food. And surely, going along with Wriothesley would probably give us good food, right? I think it was down here, wasn't it? Yep, there it is. But if I remember correctly, you can kind of get a mix of everything. Like, you can have bad food, you can have good food, you can be lucky and win, basically,
Welcome, Your Grace,
today.
the
And
traveler. Would you like
you win the
3
low
orders of
food
British
lottery and
welfare
just
meals?
get amazing food.
Unfortunately, we weren't informed of your visit in advance, so we didn't prepare any super deluxe welfare meals today.
I'll pass on the food then. What about you?
I guess not then. But I guess it's a bit of looks food as well as what they're.
Also pass. Paimon will save her stomach for something better.
Yeah, I guess it's a bit of looks food was what they were talking about. But like what I was
What a
mentioning
pity.
with the amazing food.
It would seem that none of us can properly appreciate your skills, Walsey.
Then I must beg your grace to find me some more ingredients, so I can come up with some more welfare meal recipes. If you're not in the mood to eat, I can get you some drinks. We just got some great shipments in from above.
Yes, please? Huh. Paimon didn't know you could get non-welfare stuff at this place.
Me neither.
It's not for everyone. Think of it as a special treat for VIPs.
Oh, now that's what Paimon likes to hear. In that case, 2 bottles of the drink for Paimon, please.
And of course, she would do that again.
2 bottles coming right up.
Just for Paimon, by the way. After a while,
Our
Wolf
first
brings
meeting
them
took
out.
place on short notice, and we were both swamped by everything that happened after, so there was no time for more casual chit-chat.
Paimon actually got 2 balls just for her,
I'm actually quite fond of
I
stories.
think. Unless they were
Of
there
course,
before.
others have already told me a lot about your deeds in Fontaine, but I'd love to hear it straight from the source.
Whoa. That'd be quite the long story.
I think number 3 is just a plain lie. Let's go
I
with
see.
want to learn more about
Certainly that'd fit your title as
Fontaine,
the
because
traveler.
that's kind of true, I guess.
Seeing everything for yourself, recording everything to the best of your ability, and making lots of friends along the way.
Now,
I'm
obviously,
sure that by the end
I
of your
guess it was
journey, you'll
released,
possess
so
an
if you want to do it
unmatched
properly,
amount
I
of
guess you should have
perspectives
played
and
it like
opportunities.
as it happened. Well, I guess it was released, which probably happened in Fontaine. Hang on. 4.1 it released. So there you go. It was mid Fontaine.
Paimon gets the sense that you're trying to flatter us. That guy we talked to earlier was obviously trying to get us to put in a good word for him, but you're the Duke, right? Why would you need to get on our good side?
I think it would be beneficial for everyone and us at the same time.
Well, after all, you did help the fortress and I maintain our autonomy.
And that, of course, I guess. But if you think about it, there's actually
Is
like
it so
something
strange I would
that, you
wanna give
know,
a few words of praise out of genuine admiration?
there would actually be one thing that, you know, I guess Wriothesley kind of owes us, sort of.
So this is a matter
So
of
in my
trust.
opinion, it actually makes sense.
Which is unfortunate, since I don't have nearly as interesting of a story to offer about myself. I was convicted and sent here at an early age. I only became the top dog after spending a long time figuring out its inner workings.
Maybe that's also the reason why he's like such a good leader, because he knows how it was back then.
Power and control come in many forms. Some fair and ethical, others less so.
Or I guess that doesn't
And
really
since we're
necessarily
all
mean
sinners
anything.
here, the victor calls the shots.
Yeah, it
no
doesn't really
matter
mean
how they
anything.
manage to get to the top.
You can also be like completely like if you think about it, it doesn't really it probably helps you figuring out the correct stuff, but it doesn't have to mean anything if you think about it.
So, what do you think?
Because I guess if you
Much
actually
more at ease now, did it?
go to the top, it can also go over your head. So no mind.
Kinda. You're really different from most of the people we've met so far.
I'm perfectly aware of that too. But even so, that doesn't make me think any less of you. I would very
Right,
much
let's
like to
see.
maintain friendly relations with you two.
I mean, to be fair, is there anyone in Tibet that doesn't have that? If I do, kind of, but I guess. And of course, all the enemies, but I think other than that, it's mostly friendly, in my opinion. Oh, someone's
Your
coming
Grace,
along.
After following your instructions, we were able to find a box of undeclared contraband in the latest shipment of cargo. They were extremely well hidden, and we've confirmed that the senders have been using this method to smuggle goods for a while. We're trying to trace the goods to their source.
Personally, I thought it was kind of related to the ad. I mean, it was pretty suspicious that he was like worried this much.
Got it. Leave the box here and contact me immediately if you make any progress.
But what's actually inside the box? That's something I would like to know as well.
Yes, Your Grace.
So I guess it would also highly depend on like what's actually inside, right?
Sorry, I'd almost completely forgotten about this.
She mentioned something about contraband. Are they like dangerous goods?
It doesn't have to be, but let's say.
Not necessarily. The term is just applied to things people want to bring in on the sly. Many people here are experts at pulling rabbits out of the most ordinary hats. So we have to examine everything carefully.
Yeah, speaking about hats.
Now, what do we have here? It's more or less what I expected.
Whoa, this is certainly a box of curiosities. Mora, snacks, yarn, balls, ropes, mechanical parts, and even a gem!
I wonder if it was for that store. I doubt it, but who knows?
Wait, if you've confiscated this entire box, then does that mean all of this belongs to you now?
I guess it does technically.
Yep. We can't just send them back up now, can we?
As if you get caught, you just confiscated stuff, which Wriothesley now has technically done.
That's just insane profit! Traveler, why don't you become a duke as well?
Well, that means you have a ton of responsibilities, and you can probably hang your a traveler title on in the wardrobe and say goodbye to it.
Paimon will be your vault keeper!
Jokes aside, I didn't know you'd be so interested in this box. How about this then? You can pick anything you want from it. Consider it a gift from me.
Sure.
You'll let Paimon pick anything? No takebacks. Paimon will have you know that she's got a real good eye for treasure.
Maybe. Does she? I'm not sure.
I never joke about things like this.
Alright, Paimon's gonna have a look.
I mean, I guess we'll just take the amount of Morrow in there.
Paimon wants this one. This dark, sparkly gem. You just know it must be worth a ton of Mora.
Why do I feel like this is gonna be a mistake?
Actually, never mind. Paimon doesn't want this gem anymore. Can Paimon pick something else instead?
What was that with no takesy backsies? But yeah, something's off of that side. I mean,
There's
just
something
look at it.
weird about this gem. Paimon remembered a lot of bad things when she picked it up. Paimon couldn't even tune them out. It's as if the gem was just drawing them out of Paimon's brain. It was super spooky.
Is that so? Let me give it a try.
What kind of thing is that? And why would someone try to smuggle it in here?
Paimon's right. I too experienced some unpleasant flashbacks.
What is it going to throw up with
Are you
us?
I wouldn't exactly call it fun. Fair enough.
Or to be
Go
fair,
ahead. I don't think it'll have a permanent effect.
hopefully not? Question mark. Oh yeah, that would make sense.
Are you okay, Traveler? You also saw something, right?
I'll take this gem then and run a thorough investigation on its properties. Paimon, feel free to
So
pick something else.
basically, this gem just throws back up some memories. Okay.
Then, actually, never mind. Paimon's gonna pass. Paimon was thinking about one of the snacks, but who knows if it'll also make Paimon sick.
I guess it doesn't hurt to be careful. I mean, I guess the big question would
You
be,
do
why
have a
is
point.
someone...
In that case, we should destroy the entire box and all of its contents.
No, I think you should still investigate.
Seems like we're almost done with our drinks, too. Let's go check out the society's gathering
Just my
place
personal
then.
opinion. Definitely warrants an investigation. Now, the big
I can
question, of course,
introduce
is
you. We
why
can
is someone
also
trying
continue
it
our
to get
conversation while we're at it.
trying to get it into the fortress? It means someone in here must have had a plan with it.
Wait, are you this free every day or something?
Now, I do feel like it's probably going to be related to the other guy, because they wouldn't have placed him in the story, right?
Just noticed? I wasn't exactly busy the first time we met either.
Sounds like it's fairly chill here, which is a little strange, but you would expect him to be a little bit more busy than usual.
We are honored by your visit, Your Grace. All of us at the Society have been waiting for your arrival. Are these your two guests?
Basically, yeah.
Let me introduce you to them. Traveler, this is Dugier, the head of the Beret Society. This is their gathering place.
Okay, I guess you can tell that based on the
Members
hat.
can find all sorts of drinks and snacks here, as well as a large variety of books and other resources.
So are they just researchers, or like what's
Every
going on
once in a
here?
while, the Society will also host activities and seminars, which are always well attended.
You flatter me, Your Grace. All we did was set up an organization in the same way as you would in the world above.
So sounds like this is some kind of not necessarily research, but I guess knowledge or something.
It's so easy to feel lonely and helpless when you arrive here for the first time. I remember that feeling all too well. None of us knew anything about this place then, after all. But that's when the thought came to me. If we could help everyone turn over a new leaf, they would no longer
Yeah, I
have
guess
to
so.
lead
I guess
such
they're just
gloomy existences.
kind of knowledgeable and helping everyone to get back on their feet. That kind of sounds like the
Thus,
deal.
it
Quick
was
deal,
with your
DR.
help that I founded the Beret Society.
Well, but I'm guessing they're about to confirm that.
Oh, so you were also involved with this, Wriothesley?
My part in this was minimal. All I did was follow procedure and rubber stamp the application.
Okay, I mean, I guess it's starting to make a little sense why he's having a bit of a relaxed stay usually, because other people just take care of everything.
I'm sure you have a very good sense of what this place is about by now. As you know, not everyone takes their sentence seriously. For some, this is just another place where they can eat, breathe, and sleep.
With others, actually we try to make something out of the time in here.
But the Society is a great place for those who wish to turn things around.
I see, so yeah, that makes sense why they would have something like that here.
Exactly right. Here, we keep an eye on each other and remind each other of our goals. Everyone can focus on rehabilitating our mental states and even make many new friends.
It sounds like it's a nice place. I mean, I think I think it would be very important.
Our operations are entirely funded by members' donated goods and credit coupons. Same for the things you can see here.
Although that makes me curious, how successful are they?
Who knew you could find such a place in the Fortress of Mirapede? Oh, right, and what's the deal with the hats?
Oh, that's good to know actually.
There's nothing.
Maybe it gives us some info on why this other guy was so
needed some kind of
scared, I guess.
visible identifier.
Oh.
If our members felt joy and pride from being a part of this group, then the hats would become a point of pride for them as well.
That kind of sounds like it shouldn't be a reason for him to be this worried though.
And when we're
Unless he's
together,
like...
we will feel a sense of community from
Oh, who
seeing
knows, actually.
everyone's hats. Optimism, community,
Or maybe
hard work,
not.
and a
Actually, I
desire
could
for a
see
new
someone
life. I hope this
being
hat
very
will show
worried if they lose it,
everyone
I guess, because it's
everything
what
we have
such
been
a
working
symbol.
towards.
And it could be a reason if you think about it.
In other words, That hat has come
But
to
I
represent something like
feel
a
like
model
it's
citizen,
more related
which
to
also
maybe
helps them
something
recruit
was
new
maybe
members.
there was something inside of there that that shouldn't have been discovered, and that's why they were maybe scared. Who knows?
Once again, you are exactly right, Your Grace. That's a part of our goal as well. Let's take a little seat over here. There's no need for us to stand.
I mean, if you think about it, what would happen if they actually lose one of the hats?
I'll ask the members to get us some drinks. Please wait here just one moment. Feel free to look around too if you want to learn more about us.
Unless it was a fake hat. That could be a thing. But his meeting was planned all along. He said he'd be waiting for a while.
Oh, right. What happened to your slow day, Wriothesley?
Is he taking things maybe a little too slow?
Seems like I shouldn't underestimate an adventurer's keen sense of observation. I'll bear that in mind the next time I need to do something low-key. Kidding, of course. We're just discussing some small matters. It shouldn't take long. We've also already gone over the organization's vision. Instead of listening to me try to explain some more, maybe it'd be better if you took a look around for yourself.
Okay, so I guess we now get to investigate the society, the what was the name again? Not burial, but close enough.
Well, we're already here, aren't we?
Yeah, might as well take a look.
You're
Let's
supposed to be,
see.
like, the model prisoners, right? So this is what their spot looks like.
Well, let's have a look around. Okay, I guess we get to talk to 3 people. Yeah, it's even our job to do so. This one activated automatically.
Hey, you there, newbie.
Hello? Are you talking to Paimon?
I guess he
Yep,
is.
I'm talking to you. Now, why don't you follow my lead and take a deep breath before letting everything out like this? Ha!
Definitely not worrying at all. Okay, no, but there's probably a reason behind it.
That's how I pump myself up every day. A lot of my friends have found it super useful too.
But I guess if you're annoyed with stuff, that's one way to, like, just get rid of things.
With one shout, you can release all the fatigue, resentment, and unpleasantness from your lungs and return to the day with all the optimism in the world. Why don't you also give it a try, huh? I promise that it'll work.
Paimon's gonna pass.
Well, to be fair, it would be funny if
Feeling
he just
shy?
heard Paimon
That's all right.
scream once,
As
I
long as you
think.
remember this trick, it'll come in handy one day. Just remember to take a deep breath and let it all out if you find yourself at your wit's end.
Oh, wait, that's good to know. Okay, they're chilling at their meeting. But hang on, we can interact with him.
The Society is planning to host another event soon. We haven't had many new recruits recently, so...
Ah, the one you mentioned to me before. The idea is sound, but I still have
Yeah, I
some
guess we can
concerns about the
just
specifics.
listen in on their, like, discussion. Just briefly, some kind of event coming up. What happens if I interact with the other guy?
The Society is planning to...
It's just the same thing. Makes sense. Let's talk to the other 2 then. Ursula first.
Welcome to our
Standing on some kind of a
gathering place. Is there
device.
anything you'd like me to explain
Nope,
to you?
not the device.
Oh, it's okay. We're just taking a look around.
Sound a bit like a medicine guide. You sound a bit like a salesperson in a shop.
Well, that's not a bad comparison. It is my job to explain our amenities and benefits to our latest members.
Yeah, that's probably the closest we could have said there.
I'm sure
I don't
Mr.
think the
Duché has
medicine
already
thing would have
explained
made
some of it,
sense.
but allow me to fill you in some more. Besides this space, which our members use to rest and relax, we also have an entertainment room, a fitness room, and a self-study room. These rooms are open to all of our members. We want everyone to be able to use their
Where
free
are
time to the
those?
fullest.
I don't think I've seen those anywhere around.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Do Do you have a restaurant too? If you did, you also wouldn't have to eat at the big cafeteria anymore.
Are they allowed to do that?
Unfortunately, we don't. For matters like that, we still have to rely on His grace.
Sounds like it wouldn't be disallowed, you know.
We started a collaboration with the cafeteria a while back, though, so they'll let us borrow their kitchen to do some simple research into recipes and cooking.
Okay, so that's actually quite cool. Really feel proud of everything. Yep, I agree with that.
Paimon can definitely see how it'd be easier to live your life if you had all this support.
Yep. And I guess just having that something like that would be really important.
Yep,
Because I think if you were here, probably at like technically officially at your, not just technically, probably officially at your lowest point in life. So having them, in my opinion, it's actually a good idea.
We all think we made the.
In the meanwhile, in the Twitch chat, hello, Ellen. Ellen Jacobs, welcome. Right, that's the second member, and now we have a Boromir left. There was a book I could have examined.
What are you doing over here?
Oh, it might be this one. Gonna have to take a look after this this conversation with
You are
Boromir.
guests of the Duke, are you not? I'm organizing the bookshelves. Want to take a look?
Sure.
We've got
How
some
long have you been
classics,
streaming for?
as well as a few books
Today,
that the
like an
members
hour?
publish themselves.
But previously, like, I think I started back in February of this year. Let's see, we've got some classics. There are writers in the society. Makes sense.
Most of them are writing diaries or autobiographies on their time in the organization.
I mean, you don't really want to drop your hobbies just because you end up in a fortress. So I'm not surprised that there are writers in here.
Some quit drinking. Some learned to tailor. Some became real.
Although,
good
if you think
calligraphy.
about it,
And even I've learned to use a camera.
considering this Cerberus Society is basically self-help group. If I had to guess, but she was also kind of like mentioning this here. I think with some quit drinking and so on. I think she's mentioning that you probably have like a ton of guides to like help you get better at things. I'm guessing that'll be it.
We find it kind of funny. You see, had we managed to stay above ground, none of us would have ever had the time to learn.
So it's
any
quite
of
weird
those
that they
skills.
have something like this society here.
Ah, it's because you all have a lot more free time now.
Not only that, but
I do
we've
like
also now
these
got the mental
character
space to
missions
think about
generally
taking
because
on
they
new
do
things.
allow you to dig a
Before we
little
came
bit
here,
deeper in
we were
what
constantly exhausted
what's
just
around
trying
in
to
this
live.
area, or like in with the various characters and so on. It's not something you generally notice within, or rather, you do get the vibe of the characters. I think in the main story, that's definitely true. But these character missions allow you to dig further deeper into like the specific areas and characters and so on. I do like that a lot
With
more.
how the Duke and Mr. Dugier have organized our lives down here, though, all we need to do is think about the things that we want to do. You never know what you may be good at until you give it a try.
That's fair, and I guess if you're in the fortress, you probably have a lot of free time on your hands.
And while you're here, no matter what you do, you won't get judged for it. After all, there's no need to conform to societal expectations when you're already in jail.
So this is something like a safe space.
Yeah, that's exactly right. After all, not everyone is good at fighting, or have the physical strength to do hard labor. The society is exactly
I wonder if the
what
guy
some
from
of us need.
earlier. I mean, the contraband sounds suspicious that we had noticed like earlier. I'm starting to notice that the guy, or not notice, I'm starting to wonder if there's more to the guy that's not necessarily bad, you know.
And that's it.
But it
I
was,
just finished organizing this
but I
shelf
do
as
think it
well,
was
so
suspicious
feel
in a
free to
bad
check it
way.
out if you want. Just remember to put the books back after you're done.
Don't worry, we will.
Wait, I am curious on what they do have. Now, there was a book on the thingy which they allowed us to examine.
It sure sounds like
But it sounds like I can't do that for just a second while longer.
That would explain why Wriothesley only had good things to say about this place.
Yeah, makes sense. I think I would agree with that. It's certainly a good place.
It looks like they're starting to wrap up their conversation as well. Let's go over to them.
Well, let's
Of course,
see.
Your Grace. I will attend to those matters right away.
I wonder if he told them about the recent contraband issues.
Okay, then I don't have anything else to add. Oh, you're back. What did you think about this place?
Well, perfect timing, I guess.
Now, note that your opinion will also affect my review of Dugier and the society as a whole.
Well,
Wait,
that's
I didn't know
suddenly...
they were also a part of the evaluation process.
Well, that suddenly became interesting
It's all right with
and
me, though.
unexpected.
I'm pretty confident about our growth and activities.
Paimon thinks it's pretty good.
Yeah, but I would agree with that.
Nothing
I was
else
wondering if
except
they were
you
going to
to get a
give me like
society going
options
here of
for
all
like
places.
bad, but to be honest, I would have wondered how you would get to a bad conclusion, you know? It seems alright on the surface. No, let's go with same
So
here.
it seems that you were able to get a sense of our vision.
But I guess
and
that
values. That's all
it
I can
doesn't.
ask
I
for,
do feel
really.
like they're probably going to be ending. They're probably going to end up in like some kind of bad situation.
The prisoners here all have very different personalities and psychological needs.
It's almost too good. That's what I'm basically referring to.
Our needs are like violent beasts. If we can't face them properly, they'll grow restless and enraged, causing pain and conflict. But if we can placate them, they lose their fangs, and they can even be converted into fuel for far nobler pursuits. Which is
Okay, so
why, in
sounds
my
like
opinion, learning to reconcile with oneself is the
this
first
design is
step
really
after
important.
redemption.
That's basically what it comes down to. It's really important to keep everyone like calm and so on, you know?
You've hit the nail on the head, Your Grace. Before I founded the Society, I had met too many people who could not come to terms with themselves. And I'm sure that a part of your support is rooted in your desire to help those people find their way.
And Paimon thought everyone was enjoying life just fine, working and fighting.
Of course, that lifestyle is more than enough for some people in the fortress. For others, though, they would just be useless distractions.
Speaking of fighting, I'm not sure if you knew this, but even His Grace sometimes fights in the ring.
What? You fight in the ring too? Wearing those high-tech boxing gloves of yours?
I mean, maybe he takes them off.
Oh, I almost never need them.
Almost never. Who's the almost, like the exception to the almost here in this case? Oh. It's him again, and he just continues
The
on.
guy who lost his hat? Did you come here to relax too?
Why is he so scared? And everyone else is worried.
What's wrong? Did you forget about us already?
They have something. They're hiding something. Okay, so no, I was wondering if this is like a situation of because they're so good, you know, it might be a misunderstanding, and he's just worried about losing it because it's such an important piece, you know. But it's starting to feel like no, there's actually something. They're hiding something.
Are you
Like
feeling
everyone
alright?
at this point.
You are looking a little pale.
No, I'm fine. Thank you for helping me get my hat back. I'm sorry, but I've got to go.
He's still as weird as before. Paimon's kind of used to it by now, though.
Yeah, but I do think there's something up with that.
Dugier, do you know what's up with him?
I'm also not too sure about that. As far as I recall, he's always been a little strange, but I'll check up on him later. After all, it's my responsibility as the leader to make sure that no one falls through the cracks.
Okay, but I'm a little... So, I would say I'm a little suspicious on the fact that everyone, you know, seemed to be in like such a situation where they're like... Could you call it spooked? Not really, but like... They were for some reason worried as well.
We'll leave him to you then. Where were we before we got sidetracked?
Something about useless distractions, something about boxing gloves.
Oh, right, about that. You might have thought that I was joking, but in a place like that, everyone will use everything in their power to win. And when emotions run high, things often spiral out of control. That would be when I need to pull out my gloves to maintain order.
Okay, makes sense.
Sometimes you might need more than just gloves as well. This pair of handcuffs has also come in handy quite a number of times. Oops.
Well, it looks like he just dropped a stone.
Oh, isn't that awful gem? You're still carrying it with you?
I wonder... Okay, so I wonder if they're related to the contraband.
I kept it on me because of its special qualities. It won't affect me as long as I don't let it come into contact with my skin.
Go on, you guys. Pick up the item for His Grace, would you?
Oh, how about you don't?
Yes, right away.
That gem shines with quite the dazzling light. I hope it hasn't been damaged. Your Grace, please let me know if there's something wrong with it now.
It still looks good to me. Say, Dugier, have you ever seen a gem like this?
He has touched it though, and he hasn't gotten any flashbacks. I mean, to be fair, he still has something on the other hand, so it's possible that he didn't. But also, they should have noticed it, right?
Never, Your Grace. Don't think I've ever been rich enough to afford this kind of a thing.
I guess that's fair.
I'm a little suspicious by the fact that this person appears to have just picked it up and not gotten affected by it. Because I think he would have been startled, right? Obviously. And to be honest, Wriothesley also wasn't affected, but I would assume that his fingers at least would touch it.
We've already gone over most of the things that I wanted to talk about, so let's wrap up for the day. The traveler also
yeah,
has
his
some other plans,
his hand is partially covered up, but like his fingers are still there. So if they just replace the stone somehow, that would explain, or like, that would make the Cerberus Society a lot more
Got it, Your
suspicious.
Grace. Take care, everyone. I'll take you to the exit.
Which exit?
Traveler, Paimon, it was an honor.
They're just
I'm
chilling
sure
in the
everyone would
open.
love it if you
There's
would
no
visit
exit to be
again.
had, but oh well.
And that goes for you as well, Your Grace. We wish you all the best in your endeavors.
And same to you.
Paimon doesn't think we made any plans for the rest of the day. Why did you lie to him?
Because he has something very important to discuss with us.
What's your opinion of the society now that you've taken a look around their headquarters?
Paimon thinks it's pretty chill. Weren't you complimenting them the entire time as well?
Yeah, it's probably pretty chill, but there's something
Paimon
up.
doesn't remember exactly
There's
what
definitely
you
something
said.
up with
Like,
it.
wasn't it something along the lines of encouraging people to embrace their new lives with optimism? There's only one potential problem. If the society does too good a job managing and rehabilitating its members, you may be soon out of a job.
I don't think so, bro. Well, I can see where Paimon is coming from. Because obviously had this, didn't have this position for
That is certainly a possibility.
all the time. There is some way he got it.
But at this
through
point in
it.
time, they're still reducing my workload by managing and rehabilitating prisoners in my stead. I wanted to see just how much they've managed to accomplish, and also get a sense of Dugier's plans for the future.
Okay, makes sense, I would say.
I arranged for a meeting out of curiosity, but then I noticed some faint hints of dissonance.
I'm guessing he's also getting a little suspicious. I'm not entirely sure what that word is supposed to mean,
I'm
but
sure the Traveler has sensed it too.
there's something off.
As expected, you also picked up on it. The whole truth is a bit complicated, so I'll explain everything to you later. I can tell you right now, though, that this was an unexpected turn of events.
I mean, they gasped both when this guy showed up. And obviously wanted to go there, but he just didn't end up going there because he saw Wriothesley, I guess. And it sounded to me like, I mean, they said they didn't recognize it, but there was definitely something up about, you know, him dropping that gem.
I had hoped to take care of it in secret, but now a confrontation may no longer be avoidable. It's hard to predict what might happen next.
You completely lost my mind.
I'm pretty sure it's about the gem.
Why don't you take this opportunity to check back on the gathering place? Just tell them you left something of yours there by accident. If my hypothesis is correct, Dugier should already have left. And with his watchful eye removed, you may well get a very different reception from the members.
Oh.
Can't you just tell us exactly what to expect?
I guess that's the actual point of
Just following
it.
the most popular playbook in Fontaine. Investigate, obtain evidence, and then use the truth to render judgment. It's been so long since I got to watch a performance at Opera Epiclese that I've even begun to miss it.
I guess we're just in
I'll
front of.
explain everything
So,
to you later, but right
in
now,
my
we need to
opinion,
seize this opportunity.
that definitely confirmed, or like,
Find out what you can
I guess
from them now
the
while they're all in one place.
this meeting that we've
We
had,
might not get another chance like this anytime soon.
there's definitely something off about him. The question, of course, will be like, what is off? Hey, can we talk to you again?
Then what are you gonna do?
Oh,
Good
there's
question. What should
more
I
than
do?
just a sentence.
Maybe I'll drop by the ring and sign myself up for a fight.
Sounds like it's just gonna be two sentences.
So you're really just gonna make us work while you slack off?
Nah, I don't think that's just it. I mean, it might be, but it could also mean that, I mean, there's like an actual valid thing to it. Maybe by beating everyone up, then that means you can't just bully him around, you know?
It's just as Wriothesley said. Seems like Dugier is no longer here. You said you felt there was something off about this place, right? So let's see if we can feel something out. Paimon will do her best to help.
I also don't know how to start. Let's see if we can strike up a conversation. I mean, yeah, I've lost something, I guess.
You guys are.
We're really sorry. We just realized that we lost something, and we figured we might have left it here by accident. We'll be on our way as soon as we find it.
Paimon isn't really great at hiding things, I feel like.
Okay.
Seeing last spot by any chance.
Nobody?
It was about the size of my hand. I was doing it some spice powder. Ah.
It's okay. There's no need to be nervous. It's not like we lost a whole bag of Mora or anything. We'll just look for it ourselves if none of you caught a glimpse of it. We're not gonna tell Wriothesley anything, don't worry.
Why would you say that?
I'll go find Mr. Dugier.
No need. We're just looking for something. Why does he have to know?
So incredible. Suspicious feels like they're all terrified or something. Yeah, they're definitely hiding something. The big question is just what? And I have a mild suspicion that it's definitely related to the box that they confiscated.
We can look around for it, yeah?
I mean, if they were all about goodwill, then they would totally let us just do it, but... We could just stare there at like for like 3 hours like this. So I guess we just get to talk to everyone again.
Organizing the bookshelves?
Yeah, and I'm sorry. But you can't check out the books right now.
We weren't thinking about that to begin with, but weren't you super friendly?
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Sorry.
It sounds like they're all just straight up panicking.
You really can't check them out. Please understand. You really can't.
Okay, it just repeats. What would have happened if we just examined them like last round? I feel like I missed something. Anyway. No, also standing there where he was previously. No, never mind.
Hello?
He's still standing at the same location.
Hello? How can I help you?
Can you give us that rundown
The
again?
Beret Society offers a variety of resources and benefits to its members, and I mean, you've already heard my spiel. I don't know anything beyond what I've already told you.
You don't know anything?
That's a little weird.
Sorry, that's not what I meant. It's just... there's nothing more I can tell you.
I mean, I feel like if you're like this goodwill society, then you should definitely be able to talk about a bit more about like examples, but sure.
Okay, Paimon sees what you meant now. Seems like they really don't want to talk to us, so let's just head back.
But what happens if we talk to him anyway?
Hey, big guy!
What do you want?
Isn't this how you greeted us earlier? Take a deep breath and let it all out.
Oh yeah, that's right. You sure are a fast learner.
Where did your optimism go?
I ate something earlier, so I'm falling into a bit
Everyone's
of a food
suddenly
coma,
worried. No.
and, I mean, not everyone can be super upbeat all the time, right? You're looking for something, you said? I didn't see it, but
Well,
be
you didn't
somewhere
see it because it
nearby.
doesn't exist, but this earlier. Does anything happen if we just walk behind here? Nope. But I guess we would only find out later on. Alright, let's go back to Wriothesley, I guess. He's still standing at the same location.
Oh,
Looks like he
okay.
hasn't gone to the
How are
ring.
things at their headquarters?
It was as if they had all turned into completely different people.
They're all clammed up. They're all acting super scared.
That would prove my suspicions.
To be fair, I guess it could be a combination of, well, our leader just takes care of it, you know?
The dissonance I mentioned earlier was precisely that fleeting moment of fear behind the cheerful facade.
Like, did one guy we found hiding in the box?
Right. He was acting super scared too when we saw him at the gathering place. Actually, hasn't he just been acting super paranoid since we first met?
Yes.
And that's precisely why I took his hat.
Oh.
So the one who started it all was...
Okay. So I was accidentally correct that, well, someone probably just packed it up and, well, was like, well, this is a lost item. I'm just gonna put it to lost and found.
It was you all along!
It's because I wanted to figure out what's really going on. I don't believe any of Dugier's talk about unstable mental states.
How long have we been investigating
Not too
this?
long. Dugier made very elaborate preparations for my visit. But I don't know. It almost feels like the performance was too elaborate.
Okay, but if you think something's wrong, why don't you just take the whole society into custody?
Well, if you just think something is wrong, you don't already have the evidence. And if you just do that, I think the evidence would probably just disappear.
Aren't you the Duke? You can do whatever you want in this place.
Well, maybe you're actually a better fit for the position than I am. Just give me the word and I'll hand you the cuffs. In all seriousness, however, cuffs and the like should be used sparingly. They're mostly for show. Everything I do is on display. The way people see me act determines the kind of world I can create down here.
And if he just tries to be as kind as possible, hopefully everyone else will be as kind as possible.
And I've always striven to appear
It makes
fair and
perfect
reasonable
sense in
to
my
people.
opinion. So I guess the correct strategy would just be investigate what's really going on here.
That sounds a bit deep. Paimon's not sure she got all of it.
The Duke's action will set
Yeah,
the tone.
you hit the nail on the head. I have to lead by example if I want to maintain expectations of justice and order.
Yeah, and I guess if you just like hit everyone, then everyone's gonna hit back at some point.
That's why even though Dugier had already let a few things slip, I didn't want to turn on him without irrefutable evidence.
That makes me wonder now. I'm pretty sure, or I would suspect, he's probably not really... Was him dropping the gem intentional? I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
Alright, so you're saying Dugier has figured out some way to control the members of his society. And even though the members are acting all optimistic and motivated, it's all just a show.
That with that symbol, I feel like we're still missing something, definitely.
Indeed. He certainly seems to be using some coercive methods to turn his members into the most upbeat and motivated group of people you've ever seen. And that won't turn out well in the long run. I have some faith, though, that some of the members understood the hint I gave during our visit. The line has been set, and it's quite likely that a fish will bite.
So... the leader of the society is doing things that's putting everyone else under pressure. Which would explain why they're like this worried once it's over, because that's when they can kind of let their things go free. But it doesn't really explain why they were like this worried when, you know, the other guy showed up, or like when Wriothesley dropped the gem, right? That doesn't explain that.
Fish? Buck?
Let's give them some time. My guards will need it to finish their investigation, too. You can find me in my office when the time comes.
Hey! Don't just leave before you've explained everything to Paimon! Hey!
Well, suddenly things are getting quite complicated here. Wait until nighttime. What happens if I go back to them? Yeah, they're basically here.
You really can't.
It just repeats. Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna wait. Let's see. I guess we won't have to wait for too long.
It's finally evening. Wriothesley's probably wrapped up his investigation. Paimon has no idea what that guy's thinking. Let's just go find him and ask him what he's really up to.
Alright, sounds like we're going gonna visit him in his here, there we go. In his office, effectively. Where's the entrance? There's the entrance. And there you go. Not entirely sure what to expect. I mean, we definitely need some kind of knowledge. There's something suspicious going on with them. I mean, they appear to be... That's just the path down to this entrance. Yep. Or, never mind. What I have in mind is this... I think this one... this was an elevator that could go down. In the 4.2, I think. And here's his proper office. Now, let's see. What is
Oh, there
suspicious?
you are. Did you manage to land a lucky pull on the welfare meals tonight?
I didn't try.
Let's just get straight to the point. Has anything else happened with the society?
Patience, Paimon. Even as the situation continues to brew, we still need to make sense of what we learned so far and go over any sticking points. I'm actually still thinking about the first thing that came to my mind when I noticed something amiss. Namely, why didn't anyone come to me about it?
Hmm. That's a good point.
That's a good point.
So,
Whatever they're afraid of be so powerful that even you won't be able to do anything about it?
could be. Or they're doing. Well, it would feed into the fear that they're doing things behind the back that would be not allowed.
But even if such a thing existed, how could they be so sure without checking with me first?
It really feels like they're doing something that's not allowed, you know?
It'd be one thing if it was just one or two people, but it seems like everyone's convinced that I won't be able to help. Which leads me to believe that it's more likely that they think I just wouldn't care to help them.
Because you instigated Doogie in the first place because you've been working with Doogie all along.
Yes, something like that. Dugier must have told them something to make them think
That
I
would
won't
explain
take their
things.
side.
But I can't shake the opinion that there must be something going on that might not be allowed.
So it became imperative for me to refute that and prove my true stance. Of course, I had originally planned to do this in a more covert way, but I had to improvise when you identified the guy who'd lost his hat with everyone present. There was no way to keep our investigation a secret after that.
Oops.
That makes sense. Wait, then does that mean it was all Paimon's fault?
Well, to be fair, we weren't officially as part of an investigation, so there's no way we could have known, or she could have known.
The last thing that guy wanted was for Dugier to find out that he'd lost it. He would have never brought the matter up on his own.
Oh.
But now, not only has Dugier found out that he'd lost his hat, he's also realized that we were the ones who found it. That likely set his internal alarms off all at once.
The ads must be hiding something.
Yes, that's the conclusion I came to as well. It's the only thing that could explain the fear.
Big question, what are they hiding? But yeah, I mean, that's what I was pointing towards, like, initially. Surely there's something wrong with the ad.
If we didn't act right then and there, Dugier would probably come up with some other way to hide the truth and we'd be back to square one. So after giving the matter some thought, I tossed that black gem onto the ground.
There we go, it wasn't an accident.
I must say, I was pretty satisfied with the results.
And they definitely recognized it, didn't they?
So you did that on purpose?
I mean, they all everyone reacted on it, like, in fear, so they definitely
Yes,
recognized
that's right.
it.
Of course, that box was discovered as part of our investigation of the Society from the very beginning. I had no way to know if any of the members had actually seen the gem before, but since I had to do something, I decided to gamble.
And I mean, they definitely reacted on it.
Right. And I said back there that I had no idea what the gem represented. That should have been enough to let people know that it's still early days for my investigation. And since I was traveling with you, heroes who have never turned a blind eye to evil and injustice,
Is he betting on the mic that they might crack?
they would also understand that we're here to help, rather than to tolerate or uphold the status quo.
Oh. Well, that's an interesting strategy.
You used us as a part of your plan too!
Probably looks a bit upset, but
My apologies. There was no time and quite a lot to explain, so I figured it might be easier to just let you see a few things for yourselves.
Let's see now, but the big question will be, who's the bad guys? Is it the entire
But I can
society, or is
assure
it
you
just
that I've now
Dugier
told
or
you
Dugier?
everything there is to know. Of course, you're under no obligation, but I would really appreciate it if you could continue to lend me your support and help me figure out the true secret behind the society. Would you be willing to lend me your support?
But Paimon's still mad at you.
You have
Let's
my
go with the
thanks.
planning.
Now, there are still two
Well, to be
outstanding
fair, I don't
matters in our investigation.
mind that.
The
I
first
wouldn't
is
mind
the
that, to be
secret of the
honest.
hats. I've examined one before. There was nothing suspicious about the item itself.
But there's gotta be something involved here.
The other is the true purpose of the black gem. We haven't been able to get anything out of anyone with actual knowledge of it. It's my hope that a brave fish will take my bait and venture outside of their dark and murky pool.
So basically, it sounds to me like he's just betting on one of them, that one of them is going to
I'll
crack.
put some music on while we wait.
And we are just going to chill in the back, or like, what's going on here? You spend some time waiting in Wriothesley office.
Excuse me, Your Grace, but may I come in? I'm afraid that someone's been following me.
Sorry.
Please, do.
I don't think that's the name we've seen before, have
I
we?
apologize for my lack of composure. These two are the guests that came with you to our gathering.
Like, I believe one of them
correct?
had a similar name, but it wasn't Evis.
Yes, my lover Fasol told me all about you.
Oh,
Please help us, Your Grace. He's in great danger right now.
well, there you go. Someone cracked.
Slow down, take a deep breath, and start from the top. What happened at the society?
I'm sorry, Your Grace. I will try. I think
Someone
I should
definitely
start from when
cracked,
you saw
and
Fasol
I'm
last.
guessing we're about to hear that Dugier probably did some not nice things to him.
You mean when we saw him at the gathering place?
Yes, he fled immediately, but many members are hot on his heels. Thankfully, he still managed to meet up with me and explain everything that had happened. Now that he's lost Dugier's trust, what awaits him is agonizing censure.
Censure?
What is that supposed to mean?
Censure is Dugier's method of establishing control, as well as the thing we all fear the most. Rather than listening to me explain what it is, Your Grace, please, just let me show it to you.
Oh, hang on. Are they just
Every
going to
secret may be
use...
found within.
Oh.
Here you are. I was wondering where you had run off to in such a hurry.
Well, that's a little bit of unfortunate timing.
Please excuse us, Your Grace. It was never our intention to disturb you like this. You see, Avisa's mental state has been rather unstable ever since she arrived at the fortress.
But something is definitely up here.
She rambles often, has hallucinations. It may be best to dismiss her babbling as random gibberish.
I was about to wonder why is he glowing this much, but I think it's just...
I don't recall hearing
effects.
a knock or giving permission for you to come in.
Oh, my apologies. I merely did not wish for Your Grace to be alarmed. Had I not been so focused on recovering her, I would have followed all the rules of etiquette to the letter. So please, forgive my discourtesy.
We should have locked the door, to be honest. You know exactly what you're thinking. You've got some nerve showing your face here. Indeed, we'd believe you.
please, there's no need to be upset. It's only natural to want to side with the poor sick girl, but I know His Grace to be a reasonable man.
I'm pretty sure he's aware of the investigation now at this point, right?
Well then, what if the reasonable man wants to hear the lunatic out?
That would be perfectly fine with me. Oh, and just so you know, we've also found the missing Mr. Fasal. I had no idea why he was so upset about losing his hat, really.
Probably sounds like she's probably like trying to quietly
Thankfully, he has already returned
manage
to
her,
his
like,
senses.
or like
We've brought him
manipulate
back to our
her.
place, so there's no need to worry.
I'm sorry, Your Grace. I don't have anything more to say.
This is what you're afraid of, correct? You can tell me everything. I'll do all I can for you.
Well, something is showing up,
I've
and
never seen that thing in my life.
yeah, I guess she's not being pressured by both sides. Not like Dusha kind of like hurt her at this point, I guess.
Your Grace, I don't think there's anything else you would like
But
to say. Pressuring her will not get you anywhere.
but she's not the only one. We're not the only one doing that.
It's all right, Avis. As long as you tell me what it is that you're terrified of. No matter what it is, it will no longer be able to hurt you. I swear this on my name and honor as...
Actually, I wonder what would happen. I mean, is there a fortress of the fortress? Like a jail for the jail? Maybe?
Your Grace, forget it. I'll keep my mouth shut. I've already said everything I could say about the matter.
I'm sorry, Your Grace, but I really don't have anything more to say. Please, don't press me further.
I would probably go ahead and do more, probably anyway.
In that case, Avis and I will be off. Once again, please accept my apologies for disturbing your peaceful evening, Your Grace.
Miss Avis, please show me your head. That is an order.
Oh, that's suddenly weird. Oh, hang on. It's gonna be something that they're hiding with the hats, isn't it?
There's nothing there.
Your Grace, I know you have long tired of my words, but please believe me when I say you've merely let your worries get to your head.
I mean, there's gotta be a reason why he's hiding. Okay, to be fair, the other guy that we met at the beginning, he could have been hiding just to like avoid being seen by Dugia and so on.
The society has never caused trouble for you or any of the guards at the fortress. We've spent all of our time working hard and trying to lead better lives. Why are you doing everything in your power to prove our guilt? What's wrong with the current state of affairs?
Oh, I guess there could be a small sign that, well, there's nothing wrong with it. That there are too many indications that there is something wrong here.
I'll do anything for
Something
you,
hugely
as
wrong.
long as you give me the word. Why are you so intent on getting rid of someone who's been unfalteringly loyal?
Your words bore me. You know the consequences if I find you to be lying.
Everything that I do for the Fortress of Meripede. But Your Grace is welcome to visit us anytime to confirm the true intent of our activities.
Oh, no, to be fair, gotta be honest, he is keeping his facade up, which is
All right,
impressive.
Avis. Let's head back.
But unfortunately, she does not end up writing him out.
Just what's up with that guy? He makes Paimon really mad. We should have shown him his place.
Well,
Sooner or later, all will pay the price for their arrogance.
yeah, there you go. I mean, someone nearly basically cracked, but he came just in time to save it. Someone else probably will, or they're going to be slipped up at some point.
Wouldn't have dared to be so openly hostile. All the more reason for us to be patient.
I guess now the basically thing is someone will slip up at some
The
point.
entire society are his hostages. His subordinates would definitely react if he were taken into custody. And that's why he dared to bare his fangs right in front of me.
See, one thing's for sure, we won't get him away. We won't let him get away with this. So now our biggest problem is just
The true
him,
secret
basically.
of the society is neither on the hat nor on the members' heads. Dugier probably knew this from the very beginning, which is why he didn't panic. However, if we were to look at the rules, it would also seem like the head has to be the place where they're keeping all of their secrets.
Yeah, none of this makes sense to Paimon either. What are they trying to hide?
It has to be related to the gem, I feel like. Like the gem interfaces with your brain, effectively. Oh, look, it's that feature again. Let's see.
From the way Dugier acted, he must have known from the beginning that we wouldn't be able to find any evidence.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's nothing on her head, why did Avise feel the need to remove her hat? The hats are definitely being used to hide a secret, but there's nothing wrong with the hats themselves.
The gem doesn't really, like, you know, leave me alone, right? I think there's something. Maybe he's using the gem in connection? Maybe they're even like this thingy that she mentioned. Maybe that's like using the gem. Lost hair clip. I don't think we've seen that. Or I have not noticed it.
But
What a coincidence. So do I.
What is it? Tell Paimon about it!
Avis didn't take off her hat to draw attention to her hat. She did so to remove her hair
you
clip.
mean this thing? So, she handed a key piece of evidence over to us without Dugier noticing. That would mean that Avise didn't stay silent out of fear. She stayed silent because she'd already given us what we needed. Let
Oh.
me take a look.
Okay, that's good to know. Firstly, thing is with the hair clip for a brief
I
moment.
managed to remove this from the hair clip. It's long, slender, and conical. It's hollow on the inside, and looks something like a cross between a nail and a thorn.
But that's why she basically closed up, because there was really no need to talk any further, and that might worsen her chances to get out of here without, you know, him hurting her or something like that, or like manipulating her. That's probably the best word. But what is that?
Paimon's lost again.
Let's see. What if we do this?
Hey, what are you doing? Wait. Some kind of dark liquid is leaking out of the gem.
Well, at that point it confirms that, you know...
And some of it has been absorbed by this thorny-looking thing.
What type of liquid? Interesting.
You've probably heard before that water is filled with the strongest emotions of humanity.
I guess that's why it came, it brought up those, earlier, the most memories earlier.
With that in mind, this liquid is probably a highly concentrated solution of fear.
Now, that's, something weird.
Oh, so that's why even touching it will make you remember unpleasant things.
Dugier may be able to censure others. I can only imagine how it would feel to have this directly injected into your brain.
Yeah, kind of sounds like we're about to save people.
The moment it hits you would be like being flooded with all the terrors you've ever experienced in your life.
And, I mean, if I had to guess, it's probably what we basically have to, or like, what's probably happening to both people
Agony,
right now.
desolation, and an overwhelming sense of despair.
Both the one that just came to us
No
and the
wonder
other
you're all
one.
so terrified of it.
But we've, like, lost his hand earlier.
So, was the hat meant to cover up their wounds?
And that might not even be all. Let's go get them right away. We can't let Dugier escape with all of the evidence.
Okay, well, that has suddenly gone, it has suddenly become quite interesting to say the least. Right, it's out what he did serves. Go to the Barrett Society gathering place. And maybe that's how he controls everyone, by just giving them fear. It sounds like it would be fairly powerful, so that would almost be the certain conclusion now at this point. Well, what are they doing there? People are just being surrounded.
Your Grace, we have taken the Society members into custody.
Okay,
They
that
all
sounds
tried to flee
cool.
just a little while ago, as if
Well,
they
good
had
for,
received some
at
kind
least
of order.
good for us.
We decided to forestall their plan, and were just about to send the word when you unexpectedly arrived.
Great work, everyone.
You had prepared for something like this all along?
Sounds like
I
it.
had them stay here to keep an eye on things, so I'm glad that my intuition turned out to be correct. Perform a thorough search of the Society's headquarters and bring all the members to me.
Understood, Your Grace.
And I would hope that, you know, includes him.
Now, let's check on them. As expected, they all have a hollow thorn inserted into a wound on their head.
Oh.
Paimon's glad her eyesight isn't so good that she can see it from here. Paimon's gonna float away for a bit.
They didn't pull it out. I mean, I guess that's probably part of it,
They
right?
probably left it there as a lasting reminder of Dugier's censure. These
Probably
people
makes
must have had
sense.
to endure an unimaginable amount of pain.
And also to be fair, I'm not sure what happened if they would try and pull it out. It might just start bleeding uncontrollably, who knows?
Let's go check out the other areas too.
These papers are actually outdated, but they look brand new. It seems like no one has ever flipped through them. If you look closely, even the creases are almost identical. They don't seem to have been formed naturally through reading.
Hey, come here. Have a look at this.
Sounds a little suspicious, don't you think? We can't observe the book just yet. Let's see what Paimon has.
This is a book that Paimon found in a box next to the bookshelf. Its contents are exactly the same as this book on the shelf.
So, basically, this society is just a facade.
The colors of the covers are completely different, though, and the names of the authors also don't match up.
It makes me wonder, what would have happened if we tried to, like, examine the books earlier?
Yeah, and they dared to claim that they wrote these too. Huh.
I mean, maybe they did. They just ended up copying them over and over again. They wrote one book and then just copied it. Who knows? I'm guessing there's nothing else around. It's just Wriothesley. I think. Yeah, looks like it.
Look at what I found.
Something?
This is a surveillance port. With this, Dugier would be able to remotely monitor everything that's happening.
Oh, he might be referring to this red thingy, like, back behind the boxes. In the meanwhile, Twitch chat, thank you for following Cosmic Chassis, and also, how's the game going? It's going pretty cool.
So even if Dugier's not there in person, he'll still always have eyes on the members.
Liking this story, to be honest. Alright, let's see, that probably explains things. Now, I thought it was covered up by all of these boxes, but maybe he just conveniently left over some gaps so he could still monitor a situation.
Indeed. It's easy to become lost and confused when you're given no instructions or any kind of script to follow.
Actually, my friend suggested me this game. That's why I'm collecting some reviews. Yeah, I think the game is pretty nice. I do really like the main story that's currently going on. Would you recommend kind of play this game or not? I mean, I think it really depends on what you like. Genshin is basically open world. I do really like the story, so if you do like story-based games, then I would recommend it. It does have the gacha mechanics, so I guess that's something you have to be careful of. But I do think it's one of the most fair, or like one of the fairest games. I guess it based on that, based on those mechanics. But other than that, personally, yeah, if you like some like the story-based games, then I would recommend it. It does have quite a lot of story now at this point, though, so just keep that in mind. If you try to play it from the very beginning, it's probably going to take you probably a few weeks at this point, I would say. How long have you been streaming? I started regularly like back in February, I would say. February 2024.
And if any action you take may be deemed a mistake, then perhaps it's better to do less, or to not do anything at all. To play on stream just for fun or wanna hit affiliate? I would say both. It started as just a fun thing, but I mean, hitting affiliate, of course, at some point would be really fun, and I think that's going to be the goal, like one of the goals rather, in 2025. Dugier has already tamed them to his will.
Okay, so Wriothesley basically confirmed what has been going on here. I wonder, I don't think Dugier has been...
Your Grace! Your Grace!
Poked yet, unless it's changed now. Let's see.
What's the matter?
We couldn't find any society members in the other areas. It also seems like none of the equipment in those rooms were ever used. All the signs of wear and tear are fake.
It makes me wonder though, what was the purpose of this society then? Like, if they're all just fake, surely that should have been noticed like a long time before. Although I guess that would feed into this whole like into the contraband thing that we saw earlier, or like that was discovered earlier. Maybe it's just like one big front for Dugier to be able to like smuggle things. My good wishes to you and you will hit affiliate soon. Thank you very much. Are you excited for Christmas? I would say so.
The lime scale, the layers of dust, they were all deliberately added.
I'll likely end up celebrating it with family, but I'm looking forward to it.
We also investigated the members' residences and weren't able to find anything. Their neighbors all say that they haven't returned home for ages.
But where would they stay else?
Oh. Is that right?
They're gone? That could only mean...
Society put up a lot of effort into building a front, or their real headquarters are elsewhere. That would make sense, to be fair. There's gotta be like an actual point to this society thing. And it's not just making a goodwill for everyone, or like getting everyone back onto the good side. It sounds like there's a bad motivation in behind of it. By the way, where are you from? I'm from Germany.
Indeed. As long as he allowed society members to mingle with others, even with threats of censure, Dugier knew that he couldn't stop all of his members from speaking out.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what just happened here, or like earlier.
Meanwhile, this marvelous gathering place will lose all of its value as soon as a whistleblower sounds the alarm. So instead of being his real base, this is just an elaborate performance.
But that would mean that
Rest areas, the fancy
that must mean that they're heading some, or like they're very well hidden somewhere.
And only the most
like basically
docile
all
and
the
well-trained members were selected
all of the
as his
members.
performers.
I'm from UK, nice one. UK is also nice, to be fair. How's the weather in Germany? Well, currently it's cold. It was snowing briefly, but looks like it has stopped and everything has just melted instantly. I would hope that for Christmas it's gonna be like snowing, but to be fair, I haven't really looked at the weather report. But I would doubt that we would get White Christmas this week or next week.
But then, where can we
Doesn't really
actually
look
find
like that'll be the case.
Let me think. Dugier must be holding all the rest of his members in another place. And if the overseer of my fortress guard has never alerted me to anything of the sort...
Let's see. So, I mean, it's gotta be... just go back to the game for a second. It's gotta be somewhere well hidden.
He must be in Dugier's pocket.
Let's see. You can tell us where the real headquarters
I'm of the same
are.
mind. Let's go.
Realistically, I would
You too, follow me.
suspect that it would have to be somewhere inside of the fortress still. You usually can't get out unless well, unless Wriothesley has basically failed his job. Are you enjoying the weather? I mean, it's decent. I would enjoy it if it was snowing, personally. And it's not currently. So I think it could be better, but I think it's okay. Nothing bad, but also nothing great. But right now it's just like cloudy outside. Right, go to the production area. If I remember correctly, that means I have to go down somewhere. Oh, was it here? I was correct. Do you play PC or console? I do play on PC. Haven't played on a console in like 10 years, I think. Like, meaning I haven't owned a console for like a long time. Oh, it's this area. I did go wrong, never mind. I've played on consoles in the last 10 years, but like I don't have my own one. There you go. I'm just gonna go into the production zone like this, and there we go. Is this the correct waypoint? I'm not sure. No, it's not. So it's definitely lower. But where is it? Oh, there we go. Communication is finally working. Which graphics card? I'm still on a 1070. EX, that is. Haven't really had a reason to upgrade yet. There we go. That's still what I was looking for. I haven't really had a reason to upgrade yet. Because all the games I am playing are still working fine. I usually don't really play any of the of those AAA titles, like not many of those. At this point, with the amount of people that are working on Genshin, for example, you could say it's one of them, but I'm talking about like, I'm referring to like games like Cyberpunk. I usually don't really play those. Though my 1070 is still doing quite a decent job. It's a pretty good graphics card. It is starting to age, of course. Like it's released in 2016 or 2017, one of those years. So it is quite old, and I probably will upgrade at some point in like 3 years' time, maybe. That's what I've kind of set for myself. But as long as it's still fine, I don't really see a reason to upgrade.
That's the most likely scenario to me. He's probably already caught
Unless
wind
it, you
of
know,
Dugier's
just
declaration of
dies
war
or
against me,
breaks.
and has fled to seek his protection.
Are you a full-time streamer or do you have a job? I do have a job. I'm a software dev. But I'm currently on vacation, so I kind of just stream a lot instead. But yeah, I'm a software dev at a local company. Alright, let's see. Duchess declaration of war. Didn't really sound like we had
There are some
one.
abandoned areas in there. Since he needs
But I guess
space,
we're basically at this
guess
point
Duchier probably
in here
converted them
in
into his headquarters.
a sort of mental war, I guess, in this
We should
game.
be on the right track. Now we just need to find that turncoat. Let's go. We can take this path.
But I would,
You
as
guys take
if
the
I had to guess what Dush is doing, it's gonna obviously this society has now been explained as some kind of facade for something. If I had to guess, obviously in the box with the gem inside was like a lot more inside, like more and stuff like that. Basically money. I would suspect someone's smuggling stuff if I had to guess. By the way, I have an idea for you. Sure.
After them.
It's Wriothesley. Run!
Okay, I just need to catch up with this guy. Sure, you can go ahead and share the idea.
Did Duchier send you? Why did you attack that guard?
Well, I'm pretty sure you should send him. No, lucky for us, Dusha isn't around, so maybe someone will actually crack at this
I will
point.
take your cooperation into consideration when it comes time to hand out sentences.
But Mr. Duchier, he didn't want this guy to expose our true location.
Well, I would say it's probably time to actually do it, because I have a feeling that Dusha is not gonna be able to control you for a little while longer. Let's see what's up in the chat. Kind of sounds like a good idea.
We were just about to dispose of him.
I mean, you can, I'm not sure, you could just reach out to me on Discord. My Discord name is identical to the stream or the Twitch name. Or you can also share your username as well. That would be fine as well.
So, in other words, your headquarters should be this way.
Yes, it's just down this way. You'll make it there once you've seen it pass through a large drainage pipe.
Okay, well, that was to go back to the game. It sounds like
Guards, take them
they
away.
didn't intentionally tell us, but they definitely just did.
Let's go. It's about time that we find out what Duchier is really after.
Alright, yeah, I'll send you a friend request after the stream. And then we can discuss things. Right, I'm supposed to go lower. So once again, taking this elevator. And let's see. I would presume at the real headquarters we'll actually also find out, like, what is the real purpose of this, of the entire society. Were we here before? I don't think so. Maybe. Recommended elements. Ice. I don't really have. I do have K. I'm just gonna go in with my regular team then. It's not like I would have much of a choice.
There's so much space down here.
Yeah, these are all former work areas. They've been left abandoned due to a lack of funds.
Lack of funds from the fortress or lack of funds from the society?
There are usually guards on patrol here. It would seem that all of those guards have been bought as well. Stay sharp. He's got a ton of surprises.
Or
waiting
they've
for
been
us, I'm
injected
sure.
with fear. That could also be a thing. Oh, do you have for game him as a trial? Amplifier? Okay, nothing really happens. They've made sure you can actually also like jump out. Let's see. Okay, 1 second. Okay, time to continue on with the Wriothesley story for just a little longer. I believe it's about to wrap up. Let's see. Oh, investigate. Okay, we just get more relics. Or artifacts, rather. And oh, well, I guess we're supposed to be battling against those. I guess it's time to do that. Luckily, it appears to be only weak members, although I wouldn't be surprised if they have bigger ones coming up.
Let's dance.
Personally, at least. Maybe it's gonna be 2 races or something. But I might as well use him because he's probably more powerful than my ones. Wait, yeah, guess it's second. We do have a second wave, but it's just small people, or like smaller enemies. And I guess that was it.
Are you okay?
You're safe now. Just follow the guards and leave this place.
I think this was the guy that we actually. Oh no, I think it's just another one of those. It's not the one that's actually that we actually like lost the head of.
And that would explain the strange decommission requests I received, as well as account for all the Gardamex that had mysteriously gone missing. Seems like he's prepared for an all-out confrontation with me.
Indeed, sounds like it, but I'm fairly confident that we're going to win anyway.
Seems like some kind of handbook. Let me see. Ah, this should be the Society's real rules book. It lists all the rules that they're expected to follow.
Oh.
Members are not permitted to speak to each other or to leave without formal permission.
Well, there you go. That'll probably be one of the reasons why, you know, they never returned back.
5 members shall form a group, and the whole group will be punished for any single member's wrongdoings. Anyone who reports a fellow member's misbehavior shall be rewarded with food and water.
That shouldn't be a reward.
I see. So it's much as I expected.
But that's just cruel and unreasonable.
To obtain food and water, prisoners are forced to snitch on others, and in the process cause pain to those around them. To avoid punishment, they learn to stop talking with one another. This leaves the wounds they've already received to fester, however, and so resentment builds until every prisoner has become an island.
So, basically... what is all of this? It kind of sounds like... Okay, to be fair, we haven't really noticed the real motive yet. I guess we're about to. But obviously there's, like... It's not just torturing them.
Finally,
obviously.
isolated and without hope, they accept their fate as
I guess
Duji's
Duja
slaves.
still has a different... Or like, Duja still has a different... He still has no motive, you know? Let's see.
Do you remember what happened to Paimon? She rejected all the snacks in the box once she was spooked by that black gem.
That's true. Well, to be fair, she didn't really know, like, what else there could be.
She's usually all for tasty snacks, but she chose to go against her instincts after a negative experience.
Ugh, is that the best example you could come up with? Anyway, Paimon still thinks she made the right decision, and never.
I think it actually is a really good example, to be honest.
No, your decision was valid. However, it's also valid to interpret that as a decision that you only made under emotional duress. The human heart is like a raft in a vast and empty ocean. We convince ourselves that we're in control, but in truth, a single wave could sweep us off course and send us crashing into the path of a storm. Those who use fear to lead others astray must pay for that crime.
And that would be Dugir or Dushir. I'm not entirely sure what the proper name is now. The proper pronunciation of the name, that is. Alright, continue exploring. View. Messily written notes. I won't run away again. I won't not to speak without permission. I want to keep remain consciousness while being censured. Yeah, that's a little weird. The entire text is handwritten. The paper's crazed, and the writing is sloppy, suggesting it was written in a state of extreme distress. It was signed at the end with a fingerprint rather than a signature. Judging from the mark, however, it certainly doesn't appear to have been made with a channel pigment like that of an ink pad. Is it blood? Like be. Kind of sounds like it could be. Well, we got to pick up even more artifacts. Let's see. That looks important in the back of this thing. Let's see. Some kind of puzzle, perhaps?
If I'm not mistaken, the space ahead should be the central area of this place, but the door's been locked.
And I guess we have a puzzle to, you know, get inside.
Rather than confront Dugier, I think it's more important right now for us to rescue as many society members as possible. You guys should wait here. We'll try to open the door and check out some other spots.
Open the door. Would we have to do something to this mechanism here? Paimon doesn't.
Well, I'm guessing we would have to do some kind of. Well, it's gonna be a puzzle, like one specific thing opens it. Well, if we don't have many buttons to press and infinite options, then yes, that pretty much sounds like it. Rotate the device to shine the light beam and activate the red devices on the wall. Okay, so I see. Rotate device.
It's turning! Is it because we touched this thing? The other side's open! Let's go.
I see. So, okay, never mind. This is just a thing of continuously pressing it. Hang on. I wanted to... Okay, it doesn't do anything. We can't interact with them. And not entirely sure what kind of effects he keeps having, but... Oh well. Kind of feels like they could have been hiding here somewhere, something here as well. But no mind. Well, there's a chest. Instead of fighting it, they just put it on the path. Okay, I guess I'm supposed to jump down. Nothing here? Okay. I guess I'll just jump down. Door of Resurrection activated. Okay, that wasn't really what I intended, but there we go. And suddenly you have the villagers. Well, that's a problem. I was wondering when that'll happen. Let's see. I can't receive a friend request. Yeah, I haven't sent it yet, actually. But I was going to send it after the stream. Because that's when I have proper time to, like, actually, discuss things, I would say. Right, let's see. I do need some leveling up. Do you have someone that's not leveling up yet? Yep, there we go. I'm just gonna put some stuff on it. Some of those one-star thingies we got. No, we don't have any. Oh, we do have. Wasn't it like this guy just like, you know what, like, oh, I can't do it like that. No, and that's what I was trying to do. Next up, I'm just gonna, there we go. Right, let's see, where was I supposed to be going? There we go. It takes 5 seconds. Yeah, the problem actually is I have hit the limit. I cannot actually send any friend requests without removing one. Because there's a limit of 1000 and I've unironically hit that. So, in order to send a new one, I'm gonna have to pick someone to remove. And that'll probably take a little while longer. Right, so, okay, I went the wrong way. I'm supposed to be going this way. I thought it's going, it would be the wrong way, but it looks like this is the proper way. Yeah, it just goes back up again for some reason. But I don't think I can drop you into the water. It probably won't be enough to, like, burn you. Alright, let's see. Oh, close enough. I would like to see things. Thank you very much. There we go. At least we get a chest out of this. Oh, hang on. Might as well use Wriothesley if we have him. There we go. That's close enough. And there we go. Let's see. Yeah, like I said, I'll have a look at, just to respond to the chat again. I'll have a look, I'll send a friend request after the stream. It's not like it'll run away, the community. I don't think there is much difference if I end up joining tomorrow or today. Let's see.
We're not gonna have to climb all the way up, are we?
Activate the mechanism in front of us first, just like before. Let's see if that changes anything.
In fact, this could be remove the limit is the boss to restore the abilities ability to rotate. Oh, interesting. Well, I guess we can just rotate it and that should be it. Okay, there we go. Oh, I see.
Ooh, the water level's gone way up, so that's how we'll make it to the top.
But where is it going to drop us off? Oh, there it is. There's an opening. So how long will the stream? Well, the stream is still intended to go a long time today. Like, probably another 6 hours, maybe? Everything goes well. Or maybe even shorter. Depends on how quickly I get through the planned stuff today. I do still have quite a bunch of story content planned for today. Right, let's see. Just need to defeat those. Should be easy enough. And can't forget Wriothesley, because he's dealing with those a lot easier. And I'm gonna have to heal him up. That should be... Yep, power and ultimate was enough for that.
These should be the prison cells. Lots of empty cells in here. Dugier's probably moved them elsewhere already.
That's, if you think about it, that's actually fairly impressive.
Let's still rescue the ones who got left behind, though. Every person counts.
I mean, surely there hasn't been too much time between, you know, us starting to find out things and him realizing, unless... To be fair, at some point we ended up waiting like an entire evening, so maybe that's... so that could have been an opportunity to, you know... like, get rid of things. Oh, actually there's still one around. But is this person, like, actually able to, But will they be actually able to, you know, talk to us without fearing things? I feel like that'll probably be a little bit harder.
No, I won't try to leave anymore. I'll never try to leave again.
Yeah, you can probably tell that, something has gone down here.
So close to me. I don't want any trouble.
Or rather... Well, that's basically what she's doing, I guess. Seems to be putting everyone under fear, and they might be... I suspect they're probably in such a state they just cannot even listen really to us.
We won't be able to get through to her right now. Not with the stress response in the way.
Yeah,
I
there's
also guess
something.
there are many others here who are more or less like her. Let's let the guards take care of them for now and keep pushing forward.
All right. Let's search for an exit first.
Try opening the door in front of you. This one. Alright, once again a puzzle. I didn't have to unlock it last time, but let's see. Maybe I do have to this time. Oh, I do have to unlock them? But I meant like I might have to relock them at some point. Yeah. There we go. Now I'm gonna have to lock this. And now this one has to rotate again. And there you go.
The door's open. Huh. Maybe it's His Grace. I'll go take a look.
Surprise, it's not. Oh, no,
Leave this
it
area
graces
to
us.
you.
Yeah, I see.
Make sure to bring everyone out safe.
Understood. And
For a second, I
please don't spoil your
remembered Grace being douchier,
We'll
but
return
that's
here
not the
right
case.
away and await your orders.
Just focus on the tasks you've been given. I already have reliable help over here. Let's go back. We have unfinished business, do we not?
We do
That mechanism
indeed.
from the first room. Maybe we'll also need to hold it in place using the same device to open the door that leads to the central area.
I would say yes, that'll be the case.
Don't forget to bring these along.
Or at least I'm fairly certain that'll have to be the case. We're probably going to have to lock it in place and then rotate. Let that be left behind. Sounds like it's a letter from him. Which never ended up actually departing. Oh, it's just a letter again. It never ended up being sent. Get a dialogue. What follows is a constant repetition with the handwriting becoming increasingly faint, failing to convey anything of use. The bottom half of the note is severely damaged and has a dirty shoeprint on it. It looks like whoever wrote this has been taken away. They did mention that this was kind of some kind of group, right? Like, they'd be punished in groups of 5? Maybe they're even staying in these cells in groups of 5? That would mean that one of them probably would be really small for a group of 5, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was actually true. Let's see, we do have one more cell behind this one. That's still closed, but it looks like also nobody was in here. So I guess I might have just skipped that. Wait, hang on. I didn't notice there was actually people around here. Okay, just another good person being rescued. And there you go, this was the initial puzzle. And that should mean we actually get to rotate it. No, hang on. Yeah, I see. Need to go one more room, and there it is. Right. And yeah, this is supposed to be what we need to open. And if we just limit that, we'll need this to rotate. We don't want this to rotate. But if we just keep rotating this, yeah. Now this points back, and this should be it. There we go. Proceed to the deepest area. And I guess in there we'll find out the real truth of this society. Another one. Anything to pick up for me here? Nope. Doesn't look like it. But there's a lot of people around.
I must confess to being furious. To think that there are still some of you who find it permissible to spit upon our rules.
Okay.
Remember their names. Fasal and Avis. They've betrayed you, betrayed us. And today you will see with your own eyes what'll happen to those who betray our cause.
How about Wriothesley open up?
Go on, Avis. Pierce his skull with the thorn in your hands, and then push in the Aqua Dolores.
Wait, are they basically trying to...
Of course. You will do it one drop at a time. Let it do its magic again, and don't stop until you've pushed all of it in.
That's all.
It sounded like they might be looking to kill him, but I think he just wants him to suffer a ton.
It's okay. I'll...
Unless it'll just be straight up too much. But we'll see.
Oh, shut your wretched mouths! When did I give you permission to speak?
But I would still like to know what the ultimate motive is.
My rules are the paramount law of this place. Only more pain will come to those who dare to disobey.
That's enough, Dugier. Your rabid screams have been beyond nauseating.
And someone has to do a little bit of explanation.
Is that His Grace?
Oh, Wriothesley. I knew you would come, but I didn't expect you to be so quick.
I guess that's unlucky for you.
Must you still refuse to let me be? Did I not spell everything out for you already? What's so blasphemous about sharing a slice of the cake with me when you've already got the entire fortress at your feet?
I would say it's probably in connection with how you're trying to do this.
It would seem that you can't see the difference between sharing and looting. And on top of that, look at your people. Are they not starving as you wolf down your cake?
Yeah, that sounds appropriate, based on the note that we've seen.
You stop acting all high and mighty like some hero of justice! Have you forgotten? Nobody in this blasted fortress is innocent. We are all irredeemable monsters who have destroyed something that others held dear. What's so wrong about punishing those who deserve to be punished? It's what they've always deserved.
I mean, about that, if you're here, then you probably also need to be punished because you've also done some bad things. So, about that...
Are you really gonna tell me that you care about their lives and well-being when you just need a supply?
Oh, people are using that opportunity to flee, aren't they?
Is it that all you need to keep your
Good news for us, probably bad news for him.
Sadly, you're wrong on both counts. Unlike you, I've never seen them as currency. The fortress is not only a place for confinement, but also a place for rebirth. Just as people are free to give in to the darkness within their hearts, they are also free to seek redemption and a new beginning. Our bodies have limits, but our spirits will always remain free.
And I mean, that's basically what the society, at least in the open, was trying to be. What I was supposed to be, because I'm guessing everyone went to it because they just wanted to,
They may have made mistakes,
have a
but they
new
are
life,
still
I guess.
human beings with people
Probably.
and things that they cherish. And most importantly, they should always retain the freedom to choose their own path once they've reflected on their past misdeeds. But you're destroying their spirits with fear, taking their freedom away so that they'll become slaves who will never again feel or think.
But I would like to know his ultimative
And you
motive.
say that's what they've always deserved? You are nothing compared to them.
He's really mad.
I feel the same way, and honestly, he's been keeping it in until now. Yeah, I think I can agree with that.
You think me arrogant, Wriothesley? Well, I think you're too young and naive. You understand nothing of this world. Nobody actually sees this fortress as any kind of just a wonderful place. See it for what it is. A dumping ground of pain and misery, irredeemable now and irredeemable forever! No prisoner will listen to you out of gratitude of their hearts. The whip is the only way to make them obey. Had you been just one step
I'm
slower,
pretty sure that's not
I've
really...
already taken control of all the bottlenecks in this place.
Is it really... I mean, I'm sure there's some bad eggs inside, but... pretty sure a decent amount of people would be able to, like, you know, live a normal life again. But to be fair, if you've done something once, what's to stop you from doing it a second time, right?
Your vision gives you strength.
So I do agree that not everyone probably... I don't know if there's like an actual study on that. I have no idea about the stats. If I had to guess, it's probably that it might be 50-50. I have no idea.
You talk big, but in the end, you know nothing outside of power and control. In that case, let me give you a small taste of what real power looks like.
Looks like it was really good that everyone fled.
A moment, please. It's going to get a little chilly.
Although it sounds like it was getting awfully close to, you know, Wriothesley losing control.
This moment will be frozen.
Might just be spewing nonsense, but who knows? Right, I know we're throwing ice everywhere, which is a little concerning to be having a healer with water healer here, but oh well. Hopefully that won't be too big of a problem. Okay, one of them is down, the second one is already... or the last one, rather, is already halfway down as well. Okay, now mind we have another round. Lucky for me, first the ultimate popped again. There you go.
Let's dance.
Dodge this.
Nice and spicy.
Wind blade. Oh, so sorry.
And there we go. Oh, cutscene.
If you think fear can control everything, well then, terrify me.
Time to do a know you.
And it's time he got treated like one.
It kind of sounds like he has a little bit of a problem. Aiming, at least, or not really able to.
What's the matter? Too scared to shoot straight?
I'm warning you. Unauthorized punishment and torture are prohibited here. As the Duke, you should set an example.
Funny how that slipped my mind.
I have a mild feeling he's not gonna be doing too well after this.
Are there to keep the likes of you in check. But if the Duke wants somebody dead, he needs no justification. Understood.
But I would like to know, okay, it's just like I said, like, if you want someone dead, there's nothing stopping you from. I would like to know, is there something in the fortress that, you know, you could throw really bad guys in that, you know, shouldn't deserve to, like, just be walking around in the, like, this channel area? And in the meanwhile, thank you for following Dortmund_0. Let's see. The guards rescued the society members who have been imprisoned at the true headquarters. Wriothesley spends much time with each member, comforting them and extending his personal apologies. Following that, he makes arrangements for follow-up medical care and cleanup work. And thus, does the buried society debacle truly come to an end?
Sorry for taking so long. Did I keep you waiting?
I mean, we literally just switched from that situation to here, so I wouldn't say so.
Paimon didn't know you were so considerate.
If you ask me, I'd say I actually feel very helpless. There's no way that I could truly empathize with the fear that the members felt every day. I could comfort and compensate them all I want, but it might still not be enough to repair the damage that has been done.
I would like to know what's going to happen to
I have to
him
take
now.
responsibility for it, as does the fortress.
Let's see, this week we're able to stop it before it got any worse. Maybe should give a formal apology. You sound more serious than usual. Go with that.
It's the least that we could do.
So, do you have a plan for how you're gonna deal with him yet?
That I would really like to know.
Oh, Dugier? I've already got an idea.
Make an example out of him?
For now, I think I'll do nothing.
No. Didn't really expect that.
I think it's a very fitting punishment for him to have to imagine the sorts of punishments that will soon be coming his way.
Oh. Basically, you let him marinate a little bit in his own fear.
He'll be left in the dark with regards to both the dates and the details of his punishment. Of course, that's not to say that I'll be letting him off scot-free. It's not often that I actually get the chance to be creative with my punishments.
Is he going to tell us what he has in mind? I would hope
To
so.
the members of the society. He'll get a chance to experience everything that he's ever inflicted on them.
Let's see. Good idea, or I suppose this is a kind of punishment that only the fortress can mete out. Go with that.
Paimon didn't know you could also be so harsh. Looks like she should watch her tongue when she's around you in the future.
Why do you think I'd do that kind of thing to you? You offend me, Paimon.
Well, to be fair, I don't think Wriothesley is someone to be concerned about if you're like an actual nice person.
Anyway, jokes aside, thank you so much for all of your help. There's still a lot for me to take care of, so... How about this? I'll treat you to a meal in 2 days at the Coupon Cafeteria. We should have a better handle on things by then.
That would be pretty quick.
No, Paimon's had enough of that place.
I was a little upsetty.
Don't worry, it won't be the same old welfare meal. I'll make the necessary arrangements.
I guess it might be the deluxe one instead.
Oh, then you've got yourself a deal.
And of course, I'm suddenly very excited for it. Alright, sounds like we have a little bit more left to go. Don't mind me stealing where's this chair? Okay. Wait until 2 days later, we're just gonna skip ahead. And see what's up. So it sounds like his ultimate motive wasn't just like smuggling things, it was more like, well, I guess he should be punished. That was literally just it. I mean, I guess it was. Let's see though. Oh, I went too fast. I should have paid more attention to the time. Didn't realize it was 11 to 1. I thought it was going to be, I thought I saw 4 to 6. Or 6 to 8 or something like that. But anyway, there you go, that should be it. Meet up with Wriothesley at the Coupon Cafeteria. And I believe that's basically just outside. Let's go there. And let's see, maybe we'll get some news on what the actual punishment will be. And maybe hopefully everyone's returning to their normal past.
Ah, you're here.
Paimon never forgets about meals. Even if the traveler forgets, Paimon will remind him for sure.
You said that as I haven't been feeding you for something.
That's not what Paimon meant at all. Wriothesley, you got what Paimon meant, right?
Yeah, because apparently Paimon wrote his food. Okay, technically is, but... Anyway.
I'm a little confused, actually.
Hey, not you too!
Jokes aside, I've got some good news. After taking a look, the doctors have let me know that it shouldn't be too difficult to extract the thorns.
That's good news. Hopefully that means like everyone's going to return to normality soon.
Which means that everyone should be able to recover after a period of rest. As for their mental recoveries, most are making good
And also, by the way,
progress as
there's the good food.
We've added a few who were more severely affected to a special observation list.
You sure got everything taken care of, Wriothesley.
But what about him?
I try my best. After all, it's my duty to take care of everything that happens within my territory.
Question for you,
Please,
actually.
go
Let's
ahead.
see. Your flashbacks when you picked up the gem, you ain't sure when you confronted Dogear.
Let's
go with the
a bit of a long
flashbacks.
story.
To be fair, I would really like to know about the flashbacks that, you know, Paimon got. That would also be
I
curious.
once had a similar experience. It had to do with the host family I lived with as a child. I was an orphan, adopted by a couple with a great deal of love in their hearts. I had many siblings, and we all adored each other. Once we were older, Mom and Dad would turn us over to be individually adopted by families of greater means, and go on to adopt more young children. They were perfect parents. Or so I thought.
Oh, okay. Well, hang on. I guess he's meaning like,
And then?
I guess they were similar or going to be similar to you know, to I guess the other ones weren't. So basically all nice on the outside, but really toxic on the inside.
And then I found out we were merely raised as livestock. Once we had reached a certain age, our parents would bring us to the market for sale.
In the meanwhile, thank you for following Mary's Lauren, and hey, any chat?
All children that were sold would leave the house, and nobody would know what became of them. As for those who didn't sell, they were merely disposed of.
If I had to guess about the current situation, probably thrown into a ditch behind the back.
Did you know I once considered myself an extremely lucky child? And all of my friends, all of my siblings, they all felt this way as well. I was also not the first to find out about the truth. All those who found out before me were simply added to the disposal pile. I could never shake the feeling of irony every time I juxtaposed their tragic ends against our parents' adoring smiles.
Yeah, and I guess it explains a lot about what has happened, or like what was his opinion about the current situation.
Yes. Like the society, my parents created a facade of joy, lied to satiate their desires, and even employed incredibly cruel methods to keep their grasp on power.
Yeah, there you go. And that's why he was like reacting this badly, or this harshly rather, not bad.
All the children they took under their wing.
Although to be honest, he did deserve it.
Perhaps
like,
I never cared about that
you deserved it. But I would like to know what, like, has he actually decided on the punishment?
But I did.
I am really curious about that, to be honest.
In the end, I killed them and set all of the remaining children free. I was convicted for my crimes and exiled.
Okay, I did not really expect this from him, but or that would be the explanation why he's here. I knew that he did something bad, because he wouldn't be here otherwise, but wouldn't have expected that.
My methods were extreme, yes. But I was still a teenager at the time. I'd been betrayed by those I trusted most, and I didn't think that more moderate
How did he
ways
find
would
out,
solve
though?
the problem. My doubt and helpless anger pushed me forward until I got what I deserved. It's all right. You don't have to tell me what you think. I've already committed to this path, regardless of what anyone may say about it.
I mean, you could say, well, it's hard to say what, of course, you would feel back then. I would have I wouldn't be surprised. Well, it sounds like you just snapped, basically.
The least I can do is to make sure that the same tragedy will not happen again in my new home.
And I guess that's why he's so nice in here. He just wants to make sure something like that never happens.
Sorry to disturb
and
you, everyone.
right there you go, something similar happened.
Oh, it's a Visa Fasol. Are you two feeling better yet?
And let's see, those two join.
It was all because you arrived in time. I managed to escape.
Yeah, I wouldn't really want to know like what probably would have happened if he just came like 1 minute too late.
We came here on impulse today, because we were hoping that you'd be able to lend us a hand, Your Grace.
What kind of hand?
Please, go on right ahead. I'll do my best to help. Within reason, of course.
It's... I'd like to be wedded to Avis here at the fortress.
Well, that's certainly one of the places to do that.
Yeah, we met each other through the society and both fell into Dugier's trap. But even during our time there, we never doubted each other. We always believed.
Although to be
that
fair, I guess if
Dugier
you fall in
was
love, there's not really another place to do it at this point.
And after this incident, we've come to believe that we've found the one for the rest of our lives.
You could say we managed to make the best out of a bad situation. He didn't abandon
They
me,
did
and
indeed.
I didn't forsake him either.
Can't lie to that one.
But we're still both prisoners. And we also aren't sure if the fortress is the best place to host something so celebratory.
I mean, if you really think about it, it's not like you have much of a choice.
So we are just wondering, is our request a bit too out of line?
Or to be fair, I would not be surprised if he just goes ahead and says like, "Yep, just do it."
You're right in that the fortress has never hosted a wedding before. But that's no reason to say no, is it? I'll help you make the arrangements. If you need anything special shipped in from the surface, just say the word.
Oh, we can't thank you enough, Your Grace. We are actually also planning to stay here after the conclusion of our sentences.
Oh, so yeah, that's something that obviously keeps happening. Like, people just like it here. They just keep staying.
We've already made tons of special memories here. So now, it'd be too hard to leave. And we have full confidence in the fortress's future with you at the helm, Your Grace.
And I mean, I guess that that just speaks for Wriothesley leadership, because, like, if people are intending to stay, in a jail of all places, I guess they like it here. At the same time, it's probably weird on a chain sense if you intend to stay longer than what is it? Is it even a punishment? But
your trust is the highest
oh
form
well.
of praise.
Welcome to Genshin, I guess.
Shouldn't you be the happiest man in Tevat to hear that people would like to stay of their own free will?
Yeah. I'll always take a genuine expression of faith over any obligation to obey.
Okay. Well, that was basically Wriothesley's story. Unfortunately, I've already left, so we can't really talk again, but that was the Wriothesley story. Certainly a difficult story. Yeah, so basically TLDR is there was an underground society that just pretended to be like really nice, but in the end they were basically the complete opposite. Or rather, and there wasn't even like an intent behind it. It was literally just douche or do year. Basically just believing that, you know, they should be punished even further. Which is really strange. Now, we don't get to hear what the punishment will be in the end, unfortunately. I would really like to know. I am curious. But I guess we don't get to hear for the time being. Anyway, there's still stuff to come, and that was it for Genshin, but there's, like I just said, there's still stuff to come. So next up, I do have the continuation, or like part 2 of the Star Rail 2.7 main story update. The actual conclusion of Penacony. And I mean, I'm not gonna spoil too much in this one. If you want to see it, then make sure to stay for a little bit longer. And yeah. Now here's an important thing. If you are watching on Twitch, YouTube, that'll be fine. You can stay there. But if you're watching on YouTube, you gotta be a little bit careful. If you're watching on a stream that says character story Wriothesley, that stream will end just shortly. You're gonna have to switch to either the stream that goes live in 10 minutes or the stream that's labeled Margaret's Chain of the Year event. That stream will cover the entire day for free. So you're gonna have to make sure to either switch channel, switch streams, or, you know, just turn into Twitch or something or whatever. But yeah. Anyway, I would say I'll see you again in 10 minutes time or 50 minutes. Probably 50 minutes time. And yeah. If I don't see you anymore, then I hope you have a great rest of your day. Other than that, I'll see you again in 50 minutes.